Hello, a very good morning to you, and welcome to Table Talk once again on Benue Television. This is the Wednesday edition of the program, and we are looking at a very topical issue. This is a most recent, affair in Benue and, of course, Nigeria. Yesterday, the entire country was moved to Benue State, where commissioning of projects was witnessed by the entire country. The media went agog with stories of the First Lady, wife of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CON, was here in Benue once again. That means she has been coming here times in the past. And we're looking at the significance of our mother's visit to the state and having gone as far as visiting the governor's hometown in the Hugh, and the commissionings also took place over there. And so we have invited one of the finest spokesmen so far as governance is concerned, and this time around is the one that speaks most of the times for His Excellency Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Umem Ali. I'm talking about Honorable Chief Solomon Yopave, who is the technical advisor to the governor of Benue State on media publicity and strategic communication. He also doubles as the DG signage and advertisement agency here in Benue. I'm very pleased to welcome you once again to the studios of Benue Television.
Thank you very much, Jeffet, for having me. I'm proud to be here.
It's good to have you. Journalists will never rest because in the past 1 week, you have been fixing the environment media-wise, preparatory to the coming of Her Excellency, the wife of the President. And yesterday was the D-Day. We saw you live and every other thing that took place there. You are in the best position to run analysis on what happened. But let's first of all begin here in Makurdi. We have a video showing the arrival of Her Excellency. I think let's take a look at that so that it freshens our memory. And then we can dive into how she was received here in Makurdi and the activities that followed. Let's have that video and pictures flying.
The Renewed Hope Initiative, championed by Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has delivered its fourth ICT center with this commissioning in Benue State as part of a nationwide drive to empower Nigerians through digital access. Commissioning the facility in the Hill, Vandika local government area, Senator Oluremi Tinubu announced a 100 million naira grant to the Benue State government. The fund will help to support the recapitalization of businesses for 2,000 women petty traders across the state. Senator Tinubu said the center will accelerate economic growth, drive innovation, and expand digital opportunities. She urged the Benue State government and the host community to take ownership of the facility and ensure it benefits the people.
This initiative is in line with the renewed hope agenda of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, to accelerate economic diversification through industrialization and digitalization. I urge members of this community to take full ownership of this center. The success of this center depends on your active participation and utilization of the resources available.
Governor of Benue State, Reverend Father Hyacinth, described the project as a major platform for entrepreneurship and digital inclusion. He said the initiative will open new opportunities and connect Benue people to the global economy. The governor assured that the state government will take ownership of the center and ensure it delivers practical and measurable benefits to citizens.
Benue State government under our watch commits to providing startup operational funding and links the center to the state ICT initiatives to ensure reliable power, internet connectivity, and qualified trainers. We also pledge to work with community leaders, youth groups, and the Renewed Hope Initiative to establish a management committee that includes women and youth, ensuring transparency in governing this place. And also, there would be some good local ownership.
The people of Benue State, as you can see, they are very happy with you, Mother. They are happy for the love that you have shown Benue, you've shown His Excellency for every support. Through RHI, you have done so much. We are here to show you the much you have done. We are here to tell you thank you. We are here to acknowledge all you have done.
Paramount ruler of the Tiv Nation, His Royal Majesty Professor James Ayati, described the ICT Center as a landmark project that will empower youth and women while expanding digital inclusion. The Tiv appealed to the federal government to extend similar interventions to critical federal roads in the state to further improve lives.
This project is aimed at expanding digital inclusion, enhancing information technology literacy, empowering youth and women, and promoting socioeconomic development through technology. We will be grateful if these projects I have mentioned that are very dear to us is added to the list of the goodness of this administration to Benue State.
The First Lady earlier commissioned intra-city road projects executed by the Governor Hyacinth and led administration in Makidi, the Benue State capital. Emmanuel Lakula, Benue Vision News.
Welcome back, and you have been able to watch the highlights of the First Lady's visit. That's just for us to go back in memory lane. Now, I told you before, we have Chief Solomon Yope in the house here, who is going to be doing this analysis. The First Lady has been coming here almost often. Tell us why, and particularly for yesterday.
Thank you very much for having me on the program, and I'm proud to say that her presence yesterday speaks to the relationship the earlier led administration enjoys with the presidency and the federal government. Because you know that His Excellency understands politics. He understands that you cannot run solo, especially governing a state like Nigeria, like Benue, that has been far behind in infrastructure and has lots of other deficits that needs to catch up and meet up. Because apart from working from here, you also need to attract federal government presence to be able to fill up some of the gaps in between and here and there. as you saw evidenced in the IT center in Hugh. That's actually a federal government project sponsored by NIDA, and of course working in collaboration with the Office of the First Lady to make provision for trainings for women, for children, and the vulnerable, and all of that. But you see, the state government has to also attract that kind of thing to come to Benue.
Yes.
And so that relationship speaks very loud. Our Excellency has been to Benue more often than she has been to any other state. She stands with us in time of grief. She stands with us in time of progress. She stands with us at every given opportunity, and that's to tell you the love she has. So her constant visit, her constant coming, only speaks to the importance of Benue to her as a leader, as a woman, as a first lady, as a senator, and everything you can think about.
Yeah.
And so she's actually in love also with the attitude of the governor towards governance in Benue State. The man who has what I call a prepared mind, because he came prepared to take care of business, and that's exactly what he's doing. And who would not love a governor who is making sure that Benue a state is taken out of the woods of underdevelopment to greater heights?
It's okay.
And these are efforts he has been making, and this is to see that the federal government sees the state, it sees the governor, it sees what we are going through, and the First Lady tries as much as possible to identify with that.
It's all right. Now let's take it. One of the issues in contention, on the heels of the First Lady's coming to the state was this change of Isha Bakut Road to Oluremi Tinubu.
Senator
Oluremi Tinubu CON. Yeah. So now the issue here is a lot of persons had criticized this decision yesterday. They said needless, changing the name because Isha Bakut also played a very functional role in the state. So another street or road would have been named after the First Lady. I don't know whether you have anything to say.
Well, that's the prerogative of the governor.
Yeah.
He is the governor of the state, and he reserves the right, and I say this with every sense of responsibility, he reserves the right to change, unchange, name, rename, and unname. That lies within the purview of his office.
Okay.
And he needs to do that without taking permission from anyone. And so if he decided out of his goodwill and good intention that this woman deserves a popular street like that, right in the center of town, that carries a lot of traffic, to be remembered for her love for Benue, for her commitment to Benue, for her standing with Benue at every given time. Agreed. Isha Bakut was the governor of Benue State, military administrator in Benue State, if I recall correctly. There are still 1,010 roads that can be still named after him. He has not been forgotten. He has not been relegated to the background. You haven't known that yet. What if the decision of the governor is, okay, let's look for a longer and bigger road, a more strategic road to name after the former governor?
Are there plans towards doing this?
Of course, at Benue at 50, the governor made a very strong statement. He said that everything going forward is going to honor within this whole year until 2nd of February next year, when Benue is no longer 50.
Yes.
He's going to name roads after those who added value. He's going to name infrastructure. He's going to modify them. He's going to immortalize them, so to speak.
Yes.
That he started with the Danagbese Printing Center. You saw that.
Yes.
So he has changed the name. He changed the name of that one from Benue Printing to Danagbese. Why didn't he complain about that one? He reserves the right to change. Okay?
It's okay.
So now this is happening, and as we celebrate Benue at 50, which of course is officially beginning from the 18th to the 20th, from the 22nd rather, to the 28th of this month. You're going to be seeing the commissionings, you're going to be seeing the renamings, you're going to be seeing the dedications and all of that to past leaders. And we have great plans to honor them, even in terms of award, posthumous or whatever, for those who have died, posthumous awards and all of that, for their contribution to bringing Benue to where it is today.
It's okay.
But you see, even when you walk on water, someone will say you're raising dust. Because in the name of opposition, and particularly in Benue State, that happens a lot. And so I want Benue people to rest assured that Isha Bakut is not being relegated to the background. But for a woman who grew up here in Makurdi, whose uncle was here with us and we know him very well, the owner of Dile Bookshop, that who knows the nook and crannies of Benue State, and yet has stood with them in times of her elevation at the highest level in this country. Donated monies at even yesterday she donated 100 million, given that as a grant to Benue State government for the IT training and for those who cannot even handle the payments. So that's a woman who has given everything she's got, and this is just in 3 years. Who knows how many times, much more time she's going to come back here again to do more things for Benue.
When are we expecting?
She deserves an honor.
When are we expecting the president to Benue State?
I think I will give you the contact of His Excellency to call him and confirm that from him, because
but you are a spokesperson.
I am.
You should have all available information.
The spokesman means you speak as you're told.
Okay, you have not been told.
I have not been told.
All right then.
But most certainly the president is coming to Benue. More seriously,
it's okay.
The president is going to come to Benue State to commission some projects.
Yes.
But on that note, on the particular date and time, it's up to him to tell us out of his calendar. This is the schedule he has. But I want to let you know that has been laid on his table already.
It's all right. That's fantastic. Let's also consider a lot of persons on. Each time you are here, I know you've been dealing with opposition. I follow you up on your activities and all of that. So the opposition to have a stake in the state. Now, as at yesterday, there were dissenting voices that why such a gigantic IT center in the village, when it was supposed to be positioned strategically here in Makurdi.
If you check the word, they say community.
Yes.
These are community projects. But you see, the opposition we have in Benue does not take time to investigate. They don't take time to check facts and figures. They just come up with words, maybe because they're trying to justify the 50 million that was recently given to them. And so to cast aspersions on the person of His Excellency.
Okay, 50 million was given to them.
It's all over Facebook and social media.
Who gave it to them?
How am I supposed to know that? It's all over social media.
But are you able to know that 50 million
I saw the information like you saw it, and you're trying to deny now. It's all over the Facebook that somebody, their leader, they use the word leader, I don't know who that leader is, gave them 50 million to cast aspersions on His Excellency. So they don't care to investigate. But this is like Her Excellency said yesterday. She has commissioned this in other states. It's not just in Benue. Okay, as I told you, it's a NIDA federal government project that His Excellency attracted to Benue State.
Yes.
Because it's happening in other states. He said, okay, bring it to my place as well. Do you understand? Now, that can be placed anywhere. It could be placed anywhere. It's a community-based project. It's not meant for townships. All right, you don't get all the education, all the learning, all the trainings in town, and then neglect the people in the rural areas.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, you are raising time bombs. They do that.
They even went as far as saying that it's supposed to be balanced. That we are raising a gigantic university there in the same EU. Yes. That's Vandeka local government.
Yes.
An all-in-one university.
Are they not considering
science and technology?
Are they not?
They had expected. No, what they said was that it was a fine idea, but they had expected.
Are they not also considering that the training of these children in that university was considered before the placement of the IT center? You don't think they need to be IT compliant for them to be able to meet up their learning demands in the school? Did they also consider that?
All right.
It's very important to also think about these things.
Very well then. Now, let's look at the significance of the projects that were commissioned yesterday. Let's come back to Makurdi. As for the ICT, we know that it's going to be of immense importance to the university there and the locals in Vandeka local
Very
government.
important.
Let's now come down to the commissioning of the roads. There were some city, streets and roads that were connected to
intra-city.
Intra-city.
Yes.
The Isha Bakut, now Senator Oluremi Tinubu CON dual carriageway.
Yes.
Now, very well then.
Proudly so.
Yeah, proudly so. Yeah, fine. So now, let's look at what are the other adjoining, streets and their relevance to this?
Right. Now, let me go further from what you asked, because some of them were talking about only 11.5 kilometers of road in 3 years, spending trillions of naira.
Yes.
First of all, it's not just 11.3 kilometers of roads that have been constructed.
Yeah.
These were the ones that Her Excellency commissioned yesterday. All right, this is not even part of the 16. They did the first phase 16 roads, added another 10, added like they have been doing them in phases. So even out of the first phase that have been completed, that were completed very early. So it's only 10 that were made available for her to commission. The other 6 out of the 16 were not made available for her to commission. So she's not the only one that will commission. Remember, the president is coming. We have Senate presidents that will come to this country, to the state. We have governors that will come in. We have other people who will come in to also do commissioning. So you go pack everything and give one person to do a commission. It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
All right. So now, but the commissioning here is when you talk about roads, especially within the city, you talk about relevance of the road. You don't talk about the distance of the road.
Okay.
How important, how economically viable is our road? Let's pick a road, for instance.
Yes. Go ahead, please.
The Keke Napep street that you used to know.
Yes.
Keke Napep street. That street was totally abandoned. It's 1.3 kilometers.
Yes.
It was totally abandoned. If you had to go and reach out to the Sabah, is this Sabah road or this kind of a Pew road that they used to call it, you had to take other roads around, because even the three streets after that, including the what do you call it, the James Yopu street and all of those streets, they were impassable.
Yes.
So if you want to go, you have to go. Yes, the Chaiba street as well.
Chaiba street.
That was like a dump site. All right. So you're considering the importance of these roads. Now these roads have been opened up. You have access. Even the houses that were there, people could not rent them because the roads were not good. Now the owners of these buildings are beginning to get rent. Economically, their lifestyles are improving.
Yes.
Do you understand? The lands in that place will have their prices raised at this point.
Yes.
You have more viability.
Yes.
These are things to think about.
Yes.
You don't think about the length of the road.
Yes.
Now, so that has been done, and these roads are described to you.
So now you may take a look at the fact that the canal is linked to this road that we're talking about.
Exactly.
So we had expected that the first lady was going to do the commissioning of both at the same time, because it has also been completed.
She came.
So why was it left out?
She came to commission roads.
Okay.
Roads is what? There are other commissionings that are coming up.
Okay.
All right. There are like you can't decide who commissions what. His Excellency reserves that prerogative.
Okay.
Now I was talking about the viability of the roads.
Yes.
But then there's something very important His Excellency is doing. I think there's something engineering calls this. It calls it, is it lifelong circle of production. Look at the quality of roads he's doing. The maintenance of that road is going to be less, even though the cost is high. You're talking about the drainage systems in those areas, because they come along with the road. Okay, now this place used to be flooded before now.
Yes.
But because of the construction of these roads, no matter the kilometers, because of the depth of the the drainage systems, we don't have flooding in this area. We don't have it anywhere at all.
Yeah.
And so this is the importance to consider. Not putting emphasis on 11.3, 11.2 kilometers. That's not the essence. That's not what they should be looking at. How relevant, how important, how economically viable, how helpful are these roads? What has it brought to the table? And you can see that economically is there in terms of drainages, in terms of distance coverage. I mean, come on.
It's all right. Now we're going to take a very quick break, and when we return, we'll take just a few minutes to allow you time to go back to your office so you can continue with what you were doing before you came around. So let's take a break very quickly. When we return, we'll be on the final segment of our program. Remember, it's Table Talk, and we keep shaking the table here responsibly. Keep watching. Welcome back to the program. This is Table Talk on Benue Television, and we are happy that you are watching and following all our social media platforms. This is where it happens, and we are a very objective television station. Today's edition, we are looking having a review of the visit of the mother of Nigeria. That's talking about the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CON, who was here once again in Benue State. But yesterday was spectacular. It was about commissioning of a project which were very well executed. And we have been engaging with Honorable Chief Solomon Yope, who is a technical advisor to the Executive Governor of Benue State on media publicity and strategic communication. And so let's take a look at the other aspect. The last time we had you on this program, you talked about the number of kilometers of roads that were embarked upon by your principal, and that was over 534 kilometers of roads being constructed. That was covering both the city and rural area.
That's right.
Now, from the time to this moment, let's look at projects that have been completed and are waiting, commissioning, apart from the ones that we had commissioned yesterday.
There are so many of these projects, I may not be able to put them up by hand.
It's okay.
You have the Ojuawaju Road, you have the Otonkon Road, you have the Ahira Road, you have the two roads in Kwande, Jatuaka Road in Kwande, and there are other.
Let's go to Zone C too.
Yes, I mentioned the Tonkon.
Okay, fine, yeah.
I mentioned two roads in Zone C.
Yes.
Already, and there are three happening there. So even the awards of the overhead bridge is happening there in the Otupu Center Town.
Yes.
Now, these are things that are going on. The underpasses, you're aware that 98% completion right now. And all of that. Lots of these projects are going on simultaneously.
Okay.
Within the city center here, you can see a lot of work happening. The removal of the old, some of those things that were done were just done to justify stealing of money. Nothing was necessarily done to do anything. You can see the height to which roads are being raised now. That's how you're supposed to make roads, because you're supposed to have layers where you have stone base that is strong enough to hold the foundation of a road where people can pass on for years without really. And I was talking about the life circle of a road. It may cost you so much to do now, but then the maintenance becomes less. Rather than use little to do now and then you use huge money on maintenance, it becomes really very difficult to see that. Now, I was talking about the Oluremi Road. You saw that.
Yeah.
You saw there are about 3 spurs of Senator Oluremi Tinubu Road.
Yes.
One to the right, particularly, that goes all the way up to Mango World.
Okay.
That road was locked off completely. As a matter of fact, somebody took a plot across that road to build on it. If not for the intervention of His Excellency, you won't have that. You have one from Dabo Plaza all the way down to the Old Otukpo Road, passing in front of the Fashion Hub.
Yes.
All the way down there. These were roads that were impassable before now. To the left of that, you have roads linking up to the Vanica Street and all of that. 2 of those roads have also been constructed. Then you talk about the road actually the original name is Jatuaka Road. Beginning from First Bank all the way up to Abuki Shilua Road. These are roads that have been done, and I mentioned Kekena Pep Street earlier on. I talked about Tiogba Street. I talked about James Yopu Street. These are very important roads. And then
Street.
About 1.2 kilometer of Abuki Shilua Road done up to the Exonet water factory there. And lots of these things that have been done within this space. These are the things she came to commission. But there are lots. We didn't even mention roads in Wadata, roads in North Bank. And you know them. They're all over town. And then you travel out of the city, you're having roads being constructed in the rural areas. The aim is to link up the state, so that from every part of the state you can link up. There are several attractions the man is attracting. For instance, the Wurukum flyover that the opposition keeps saying, thank you, President Tinubu, and all of that. When the man was talking about that road, he said, this is a gift to His Excellency, Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Imemelia. If not for his intervention, that was not included in the original plan of the road.
Yes.
So it is not only for you to use your money to do a project, it is also right for you to attract projects from sources that are capable of providing such projects to your state. And if you can lobby the federal government to say, bring this to my state, he's as good as himself executing the project. He is now carrying out a renovation, or rather reconstruction, of the Wurukum to Abinsi Road.
Yes.
Which is a controversy. Some people rose up, and we explained that here.
Yes.
It's a dual carriage.
Yes.
That's about 43 kilometers.
Yes.
And this is a dual carriage.
Yes.
This way.
Yes. Well, on that particular one, it's very important that you clear the air on this.
It's been cleared already.
No. You have to say that again, because recently there was an outing by the former speaker of Benue. Who alleged that that contract was inflated up to the tune of 40 billion naira. That initially it was supposed to be 28 billion.
28 billion.
Yes. So now, inflating it by up to 40 billion, a lot of persons had wanted to crucify His Excellency.
Okay.
Take your time to explain to us why we have come to this crossroads.
The initial award of this project, if anybody cares to hear,
Yes.
was from Wurukum to Air Force Base. Right?
Yes.
Now, a little above that, you have what you call the Renewed Hope estate.
Yes.
That is being constructed.
Yes.
Now, at the award of this contract, remember, this is 20 kilometers. But this way to this way is 20 kilometers, this way to this way is 20 kilometers, because it's dual carriage. That already is 40 kilometers of road. I remember that the construction of a federal road is not the same with your state roads, because you are considering the trailers that are passing with heavy duty roads loads. You're talking about the tankers, you're talking about those heavy weights.
Yes.
So the construction, the layers are different. The stone bases, that's what is referred to as stone based construction. You have to have about 3-4 layers before you get to the top of the road. So you even have to dig deep inside before you come up. Now, because of this estate that was established, this is a single lane from Air Force Base, if you remember. It's a single lane.
Yes.
All the way up to Abinsi and that.
Yes.
Now, the consideration then is that if this estate becomes operational, we're going to have huge traffic here, because this is just one lane. Accidents are bound to occur.
Yes.
You're bound to have a lot of go slow and hold-ups,
Yes.
if you will, or traffic bottlenecks, if you like to refer to them as that. Now, what is the will? Let's add from here, where there's only one single lane, and dualize this road as well.
Including the extension of the bridge at right?
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So reconstructing this means this one and this one, already some foundations were laid. So you don't have to go digging all the way down again to come up. The stone base and all of that has been there, and then you just need to add some recapitalization of those things on top of it.
Okay.
But this is a fresh construction from the beginning. And you have bridges in between this. And you are starting the construction afresh.
Yes.
From the ground.
Yes.
And remember, you are still doing both sides of the road. But this side of the road is going to be more expensive than this. Okay?
Yes.
So the cost of this 20 kilometers and this 20 kilometers cannot be the same, because this is a fresh construction. Already this one has a base that you don't need to go to. But this one you have to start from the scratch. If you go now, you see the work ongoing. It has been dug inside. If you remember, they are digging inside to lay that proper foundation to disallow collapse in the course of usage of the road. So that became very important. So this contract was upgraded because the initial one stopped here.
Okay.
And this has to move from here to here. So why is this 20 kilometer more expensive than this? Is because of the new construction and the bridges and the culverts in between that has to be added.
It's okay.
So if that is not done, you're not going to have a good dual carriage.
Great way. Now, at least now the picture has been painted more. Sometimes I wish you were a university lecturer, because with the pen on the paper, it's so easy for you to navigate.
I lecture my children very well.
I think the people can understand clearly why this contract has been increased in terms of the total.
And then this is done in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Works.
Okay, they're also supervising, right?
This is not a state road. This is a federal road. And we're doing this from our pockets to be refunded later on. And who knows when the refund is going to come? It could be in the next administration and not even this one.
It's okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Now let's.
So His Excellency will not just want to spend money off that will come in elsewhere. Do you understand what unless it's really what should be spent.
It's okay. Now.
And you will know he's a prudent man. He doesn't just expend money except for the value it brings.
Very well. Now let's take a look at something. Each time we have national presence in Benue, we begin to remember why we should have an airport, functional one. Most of the states that Benue is older than have had their airports, and logistics issues of landing and all of that would never arise because we need a civil aviation presence here in
I thought one was commissioned during the last administration. It wasn't done.
Which of them are you talking about?
I don't know. We talked about Cargo Airport here the last time we celebrated it. It was
No,
carried
no,
on the
no,
news.
no, no.
I thought maybe that was done for this.
Let's leave the
But
past.
billions of money were sunk into that.
Let's leave the past to deal with the past.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let's concentrate on what your principal is about to do. Are there proposals for the establishment of a civil aviation airport that will be somewhere here in Benue where people coming like this, like the First Lady came yesterday, had no business with the Air Force? When are we going to have that?
Well, hopefully, within the time frame of this administration, by the mercies of God. I know His Excellency is working very hard on that. But there is something about His Excellency, Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Tumemelia. He doesn't
You forgot the chief.
allow. No, I didn't forget.
Okay.
That wasn't the right place to use it.
Oh, okay. It's all right.
So,
Very well then.
but you see, the thing is, he doesn't give us permission to speak until he has begun.
Okay. So it means
All right.
if he has started talking.
If you start talking, know that the progress is almost halfway through. All right, because he is Mr. Talk and Do. He doesn't want you to keep talking and talking and talking and then. But then these things needs a lot of calculation. It's beyond the state.
Yes.
The Air Force, everybody involved in aviation, FAN, NAN, and all of those people, whatever their names are, they have to verify that the distance between the last airport and this one is wide enough and long enough for two airports to happen. These are flights coming from the air. You don't want to have clashes and then the people suffering it as a result. When you have a plane crash, you know what happens. It's enormous.
Yeah.
And so the people who are the Federal Airport Authority, the FAN, whatever, these people have to come and take measurements. And so, okay, between, whether this is Air Force Air Base, it doesn't matter. The distance between it and the next airport must be according to standards.
Yes.
So all these checks and balances have to be done. There is a particular portion His Excellency has been looking at somewhere around Boko, Lise, Axis, and all of that because of the distance calculations. Even though I would love to have it in Makudi here, but because the distances, they may not be that, it's not for us to conclude yet.
It's okay.
So, but when the inspections are done and calculations are done properly, His Excellency is willing and ready. Remember, he has come with a purpose and a plan to lift us out of the woods of underdevelopment. We've been nothing but a glorified village for the past years. It's now that it's trying to bring us back to town. And by the time the roads in town infrastructure has been done and completed, you enjoy being a citizen of Benue State.
Great one. So now, you were there when the First Lady was here with us. You
I've
listened-
always been there. I don't
Yeah.
know which one you're talking
No,
about.
I'm talking about
The last
yesterday's
visit.
visit.
Okay, great.
Now, you got messages coming from your principal directly, His Excellency. He spoke, and then the First Lady also spoke. Give us cutaways. What key messages were you able to take out of what your principal said and what the First Lady said yesterday?
It's difficult for me to cut out any particular section of what was said.
What
yesterday.
struck your mind the most about their
The
speeches?
determination of His Excellency to continue to put Benue on the map of development. These are things that I'm summarizing them now. He said this is not just it, but more commissionings are going to come, and he's more determined than ever with the support of the First Lady and giving Benue this kind of attention to do much more. And is going to make sure that more roads will be completed in Zone A, Zone B, Zone C, all over the state.
Yes.
It's going to make sure that infrastructure development takes the front stage of this administration. And of course, that is what he has been all about, even
right.
from the beginning.
Very
And
well.
the First Lady's support, that whatever the state needs within her capacity of support and help, she's going to make sure that comes to Benue State.
It's okay. This is the final one. Do you think the president is supporting the governor as much as the First Lady is doing?
I
the last
don't know.
one.
I don't know how you separate my eyes from my nose or my face. I don't know how you want to do that, but if you can, then maybe that answers your question.
All right. And then that ends our conversation here too. I must appreciate you very warmly, Honorable Chief Solomon Yope, technical advisor to the Executive Governor of Benue State on media, strategic communications, and
Why did you leave the publicity?
Oh, the publicity. You are the publicity man of the state.
Very important.
And also the DG Signage and Advertisement Agency, Benue State. I want to say thank you so much for the time you always avail Benue Television. This is your immediate constituency.
It is.
Broadcasts.
That's why I come very often.
Exactly.
I've been here more often than
You will
anyone
retire
in
to
the
this.
house. Yes.
You will retire to broadcast.
Will I?
Yeah, of course.
Maybe
you
to podcast.
Okay, to podcast, right? It's all right. So I want to say thank you so much for always taking your time to come here and run analysis and also brief the Benue people on what your principal is doing. We appreciate you very warmly for finding time to be here once again.
Thank you so much.
So this is where we have to let you go. We want to appreciate all of the viewers for being there. Benue Television will always bring it the way it is. My name is Japhet Kwahom. Goodbye for now and stay with us for the rest of our programs.